We can go into the backstory of Blizzard, and we can go into how, for many people watching this show around the world, some of the original Blizzard titles, and I'm a child of the 90s, is a big part of their video games history. But let's start with what's new today, okay? You have a title out, Sunderfolk. It is the kind of big moment for your studio, which you founded in 2020. The basics of the game and why it's important, why it will stand out in this field.
So yeah, this is a big moment for us because we've been heads down working on 2 games internally at Dreamhaven through our Secret Door studio and Moonshot. So Secret Door just announced their first game. It's called Sunderfolk. It is a couch co-op tactical RPG adventure that you can play with your friends, really inspired by the magic of tabletop gaming.
And this is a 2025 thing, just to
This is a
clear that
2025 thing. So we just revealed what we've been working on all of this time. And we're super excited about it. Some of the unique things about this game, it uses 2 screens, a personal screen, which is basically your phone in your pocket, and a shared screen. And we're really trying to replicate the magic of tabletop and RPG adventure gaming without some of the barriers that really make it inaccessible to a lot of people. You
What
know,
are the barriers?
The thick manuals, the setup time. If you look at some of these games, sometimes you're taking, you have to spend an hour learning the rules to teach your friends how to play the game.
I mean, that is MMORPG classic. That's the point of it.
That is not the point of it. The point is to get in and have fun.
Agree to disagree. Keep going.
Yeah, and have fun with your friends. And so we've really kind of streamlined that whole experience to try to make game night accessible to more people, and to also give tools to the people who are really passionate about this genre to be able to bring in their friends who may not have experienced the magic of tabletop gaming.
Building that in SoCal, and what's so interesting is this is a 4-year project. You've been sort of in stealth. What is the heavy lift that goes in to bringing us Sunderfolk, to bringing us the other game that you've got lined up?
I think that, I mean, one of the big challenges whenever you're doing something innovative that hasn't been done before, there's a lot of trial and error and iteration. Often you come up with a design, you think it's going to be great, and then when you actually start playing it, you find that there are a lot of things that maybe aren't working as well as you thought or aren't as fun as you thought. And so it's just very iterative to go and try things, play them, and then evolve. And sometimes you have to make big course corrections or pivots along the way.
Who are you trying to build games for? Who's your demographic?
We're trying to go for a really broad audience. So we try to make games that have depth for a lot of replayability, and for people who really want to, who are really familiar with these genres, with accessibility, so that even if you're not familiar,
like
it's
me?
really, yeah, I would love for you to play our games.
It would be an interesting experiment to do that, right? To play together. I mean, if you're just tuning in, this is Bloomberg Technology in Hollywood for Screen Time, and Mike Morhaime and his colleagues are the people behind Diablo and Warcraft and those games in the 90s, 2004 Warcraft Rethink subscription model. I mean, you were behind it and then skeptical about how that would grow. Let's put that to one side, because it isn't the 90s or 2000s anymore. It seems to me really hard to run an independent game studio and publishing shop right now. How hard?
Well, game development has always been very difficult. In our experience, I don't think there's ever been a project that has sort of like, we know what we're making, we go and make it, and it's just great. It just always has these zigs and zags along the way. And I think where we've been successful is really being reactive to what the games have told us that they need in order to achieve their potential. And we always have gone through a process where we continue to bring in people with fresh perspectives to experience the game and observe how they interact with it, where are they getting stuck, what doesn't make sense, and try to really streamline that onboarding.
Mike, let's talk about this industry. The backstory is that Blizzard merged with Activision. I just want to ask that at the conclusion of Activision being acquired by Microsoft, how you feel that left the industry, what the significance of it was for video games?
I think we don't know the answer to that yet. I think it's still early, because you're going to have to see how Blizzard is able to operate within that new environment,
yes.
and whether it's an environment that will still allow it to continue innovating.
We referenced it at the start. You built a legendary business in gaming that many people grew up with. It's hard running businesses. What are the lessons you learned from Blizzard that you're either bringing over or not doing in the new iteration?
Yeah, that you want to avoid the mistakes of the past on.
Yeah, so I mean, that's two parts. I think some of the things we want to bring over is we think that, look, gaming is a very competitive business. There's something like 15,000 games that are releasing each year on Steam alone. And so in order to sort of stand out, you really have to do something different, better. And so really having a focus on creating high quality experiences. We really believe in the power of gaming to bring people together, and that's what motivates us. And so I think we are always thinking about how to make the games as good as they can be, with a view on what we as players want to see from those games. And I think that's kind of, we just always want to keep that mindset. I think, with Dreamhaven, one of the things we want to do, we want to create an environment that allows individuals to do their best work.
Right.
So, and to feel like, and to have these studios feel like they're in control of their destiny, and to feel agency
right.
and responsible for that, so that they can, steer their ship in the right ways.